Oh yeah, we're going to go there. I'm going to talk to you about dating over 50. Whether you're thinking about retirement, you're within a few years, you're thinking about semi-retirement or retiring, there are some things about dating that can be really concerning. I'm going to give you some things to watch out for if you want to get back into dating after 50, and also the absolute best secret to finding that soulmate after 50. Coming up next. Hi everybody, my name is Dee Burks, and this is Retirement Rescue, where we talk about how to make money, save money, and create a retirement from nothing. Well, several people have asked about dating after 50, and it's really not an age-specific thing. What they're really asking is, if you're an empty nester, if you're in that stage of life that is either nearing retirement or in early retirement, how do you go about dating at that age? Well, I'll tell you, those of us who are single, and it's a lot of us, over 50, there are very different concerns you have. But first, let's talk about some of the issues. The number one issue that I hear from people my age and older about dating after a certain age is finding people, right? You want to find quality people that you can have a really good companionship relationship with, and you also don't want to have to go through all the rigmarole to get through all the lies and all the false starts. It's just not worth it anymore. Well, guess what? Young people feel that way too. I've got daughters who are in their 30s who both complained about this. Finding people is the hardest part. I mean, it's easy for us to think, especially in the days of online dating, that it would be much easier now. We don't have to actually go out and try and meet people, and we can just, swipe on our phone. It's not any easier. Let me tell you what, for those of us who are over 50, when we were back dating, that did not exist. The online world absolutely did not exist. If you wanted to meet someone your own age, you went out to a nightclub, you went out to a dance hall, or a honky-tonk bar, whatever was available in your city, and you went to places to meet people. You were meeting strangers, okay? That is basically what's happening in the online world. It's like going to a bar and meeting someone you don't know. The odds of them telling you the truth are almost zero. No one's who you think they are. But finding people is the hardest part. And after I hear someone complain repeatedly, a lot of times I'll find out they've never left their home. I mean, are you expecting someone to teleport into your living room while you're watching Hallmark Christmas movies? Because it's not going to happen. It's not any easier now than it was 40 years ago or 30 years ago or whenever it was that you were dating as a young person. It's not any easier. And here's the truth. People don't change. You have the exact same issues with trying to find good people as you did when you were originally dating. The only difference is now a lot of them come with a lot of baggage, and you've got to weed through that. And it's tough. And it's not going to happen immediately. And I think as we age, we get incredibly impatient. We just don't have a lot of tolerance to weed through all that. And I don't blame people. So I'm not a fan of online dating, by the way, not at all. I don't think it is a good resource. It's no better than going out to the bar and finding a stranger. You still have to weed through all the what's truth, what's lie. And I don't think it's great. Number two, one of the biggest issues I find with people wanting to date over 50 is they're very hesitant because they have the perception, a lot of which is true, that everyone they find to date wants something from them. And unfortunately, this is the reality. We are at a different stage of life. So you have people looking at retirement who maybe have not saved for retirement and don't have any plans. You have people with health issues. And those are the biggest complaints I find. I find a lot of people complaining that everybody they date wants someone to take care of them, either financially or physically. They want someone to take care of them, and no one wants to feel like they're that person, like they were only interesting to that person for what they could do for them. No one wants to feel that way, and so people are very hesitant. They're also concerned about the assets they have. Whether that's a lot of assets or a little assets, you don't want to lose what you have by getting into a relationship over 50 that doesn't go well. You're so close to retirement that could really have a devastating impact, and it makes people very hesitant, and I don't blame them. Now let's talk about solutions, and these are absolutely from my perspective. Number one, don't even mess with online dating. It costs money. You're not probably going to have a good outcome. For every one person that finds someone on those sites, there are tens of thousands that don't, for whom it is a huge waste of time and money. So that would be my first recommendation. Don't even think about that. It's very ineffective. Number two, if you have concerns about your assets, whether you've met anybody or not, this is the time to plan ahead. If you're wanting to meet somebody, talk to your lawyer, talk to your accountant, figure out how you would protect those assets, or be sure your children will inherit your assets no matter who you end up with. And communicate that with your children. Let me tell you what, if y'all think it was difficult to have a blended family at 35 when you each had little kids, wait till you each have kids that are over 40. Oh my goodness. The idea of a parent at that point hooking up, they just can't even a lot of times. It is some of the worst, and they're adults, but they're still children. So, think about those things ahead of time and be proactive. My third tip, and this is important, don't date when you're lonely. It's like don't go to the grocery store when you're hungry. When you date and you are lonely, you will convince yourself not to see the red flags that are there with people. You'll convince yourself that a bad situation is okay because it's better than nothing. No, it's not. Do not date when you're lonely. Do not date when you're sad. Do not date when you've just had a big life change. Someone's died, you've relocated to a new area. Give yourself some time to really adjust and become emotionally balanced before you get back in that dating pool. Now this is the good part. We're going to talk about the best ways to find a real quality person. And I know some of you were waiting just for this, but let me tell you, these are the best ways. The first one, and most importantly, go live your life and be happy. Go out and do things you love. Go places you want to be. Be involved in organizations that mean something to you. Happy, confident people are attractive no matter their age. Absolutely no matter their age. If you are happy in your own life, you're comfortable in your own skin, you're going out there and living your life, let me tell you, that's attractive. No matter who you are or where you are. Next, mingle with people your own age. Now, if you've been working your whole life, you've probably mingled with a huge cross-section. But once you get retired or semi-retired, okay, where do you find those people? Over 50 retirement centers, of course, have a lot of people who are very active. But if you love something like golf, join a seniors golf league. If you like to do crafts, play cards, anything of that nature, join a senior center. It's a great way to mix with people your own age. If you love music, go to concerts, to meet people your own age that are going through the same stage of life, like retirement. I mean, go to an Eagles concert. Oh, I can't believe I just said that. I just had this wave of ancientness. I'm talking about Eagles. That's where all the retirees are. But guess what? It is. So go to an Eagles concert. Go to a Styx concert. Go to whatever, Boston, you name it. I know. I'm feeling it too. I'm just feeling so incredibly old. But go where people are that have a similar interest as you do, like music, and mingle with people your age. Not too far away, there's a little town that has a bluegrass festival. Bluegrass tends to attract people over a certain age. So if that's you, hey, get your dough, bro, and go. And just mingle with those people who have that similar interest and who are near your age. It'll be very easy to find people you have things in common with. And the number one way to find a great person, if you're wanting to find that soulmate over 50, is the same as it's been since the dawn of time. Your friends. Now, I'm not talking family. I'm talking your friends, good friends, people who have known you 5, 10 years. Let those people know you're interested in finding someone because they know you, they love you, they know what you like, they know what you don't like, they know what your values are, they know what your background is. They can easily hook you up with other single people they know that are very similar. And they're not going to hook you up with someone bad most of the time. They're going to be really careful. And that is a great way to get people who are already vetted, who already have similar interests. You already have friends in common. And it makes it much easier and in a lot of ways safer for you to really open up to someone. So be sure and let your friends know you're even interested. They may assume you're happy being single, like I am right now, by the way. But, I mean, I have friends like this who every time I turn around are like, oh, there's someone you need to meet. And I'm like, no. But if the answer ever was yes, those would be the first people I would tell. That, hey, I'm kind of interested in meeting someone. They would probably have a line at my door just because they're those kinds of people. They want to hook people up and get people happy. And so if you have friends like that, let them know. They're your best resource. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please click subscribe, and I'll see you next time.